What's up, guys? Welcome back. Hopefully you guys are well. So the international break has been going on for the last 2 weeks. It's been going on literally forever. And finally, there's a Liverpool game around the corner, and it's Liverpool versus Man City away at the Etihad. And there's no bigger game, to come back into straight off the international break. So coming into the international break, Liverpool were in top form, smashing Arsenal, smashing Hoffenheim, and it was all looking really bright, all looking really positive, really good in our favor. And then the international break had to come, slow down the momentum, slow down all our progression. Sure, you haven't lost it, but you have to start kind of from fresh again. So I'm just hoping that little rustiness, all goes pretty quickly in the game. But it's a mammoth game. You can't really say it's a title decider straight off the bat, early in the season. But it has the potential, to heavily decide where the title ends come May 2018. Yeah, 2018, okay? So it's a very, very big tie, and it's one Liverpool I feel cannot really afford to lose. Sure, losing, it doesn't dent any title hopes, any top four, but it does have a major influence on, the final result come May. So it's a big game, two very attacking sides under two very good managers. Both very good going forward, quite suspect in defense. So I am expecting a very exciting game, a lot of goals. Hopefully Liverpool can defend like a unit for once, defend what Klopp wants him to defend but I don't know. Don't hold much hope in that department. Man City are very, very good going forward. I don't think Liverpool will be able to shut them out. I just hope that Liverpool do manage, to score or outscore Man City. Obviously, outscoring another team is the whole purpose of football, but you guys kind of understand what I'm saying. You do, right? Cool. So that's what I think the game is going to be like. Very attacking, very open. Both teams really going for it. Really throwing everything at the game, trying to get a result. A draw is not the end of the world, but obviously a win is the ultimate. Coming away from the Etihad with a draw at least, I think is a very positive result. It's a good result. I think you can't really lose too many games against your top four rivals or your, title challenges. That's where most titles are won and lost. Liverpool last season were very good against the top six. Hopefully that can continue. The whole purpose of today's video was to give you guys my starting prediction, who I think will start, who I think will be benching. So hopefully you guys do enjoy it. Remember to smash a huge thumbs up if you do. Subscribe down below if you haven't subscribed already. Turn on any post notifications. Cool. And let's get straight into it. So starting from goalkeeper, last game, Loris Karius started and Jurgen Klopp, gave a bit of rotation. After the game, Jurgen Klopp stated that Sam Mignolet will definitely be starting versus Man City, barring a freak injury, etc. So Sam Mignolet will be in goals. The right back position is where I think it's going to be quite interesting to see. Does he go for the strength of Joe Gomez, or does he go for the attacking flair of Trent Alexander-Arnold? That's what I'm not quite sure about. Going forward, Liverpool away from home, I think will be quite good going on the break. But do we need someone, to push up the field all the time? That's what I'm a little bit concerned about. Obviously, when they have their wing backs in Kyle Walker and in Mendy, we'll push our fullbacks back towards our own box. So they have to do a lot of defending. I think in that case, I personally would go for Joe Gomez purely for the fact that he's stronger and I feel like a little bit older, a little bit more experience on his shoulders. Sure, he hasn't played that many games at the top level in the Premier League, probably on par with Trent, but I still feel like an older head, more composed head maybe. That's my thinking. Obviously, Trent, a lot of potential, a great player, but a game away at the Etihad where you're going to do a lot of defending, I'm a little bit, concerned about his defensive ability. So for me, I think Jurgen Klopp will go with Joe Gomez. Then a centre back, I think it's pretty standard. Dejan Lovren, Joel Matip. It's pretty, pretty standard. That is our main pairing for the season. Hopefully, none of them do get injuries, but that will be our main pairing for a lot of our games, for the majority of the games. Then go to left back. Again, we have another, scenario. Do you go with the experience of Moreno, or do you go with the kind of somewhat experience of of Robertson. So it's one of those decisions where, again, how much defending are you going to do and who has the more, defensive ability, I guess. Personally, for me, I think Jurgen Klopp will go with Alberto Moreno purely for the fact that he's got a lot more experience. He's like a lot calmer, well, kind of, and he's just got a little bit more talent than than Robertson right now. It's not saying Robertson's terrible. It's not saying Moreno's unbelievable, but I think in a game like this, away at Man City, I feel like you need your more experienced heads, your calmer heads, your guys who have played, these big occasions in front of crazy crowds in these crazy atmospheres. That's what it's going to be like on Saturday. So for me, I think Moreno will get the nod. Then in midfield, again, I think it'll be quite an interesting decision. How does he, go? Are we going to go more defensive? Are we going to go more attacking? But for me, I feel like Jurgen Klopp will be, more of the defensive side, more, not really giving our all going forward, but more defensive and then countering really, really fast, really quickly. So in order for that to happen, I feel like he'll go with Jordan Henderson at the base. I feel like Emre Can one side and Gini Wijnaldum again on the other. Gini Wijnaldum and Emre Can are both very good on the break. They bring the ball forward and they allow our front three to operate really, really effectively, really quickly. So what that means is I don't think Coutinho will start. I don't even think he'll make the bench. My personal opinion is coming straight back from international break now and all of a sudden, back into the mix. I think it'll be a couple of weeks before we do see County starting. Maybe from next week he might be on the bench. But I feel like for a big game like this, when our team morale is high, our squad morale is high, there's a lot of positivity around the squad, I don't think he would try jeopardize that in any way. If Coutinho, let's say, doesn't perform well, even though his heart may be in the right place, I feel like he feels like the fans will get on his back too quickly. So for that reason, I don't think Coutinho will start. I don't think he'll even be on the bench. With saying that, I think Ox will be on the bench. Shit, I said it. Oxlade-Chamberlain will be on the bench. I don't think he'll be starting. First game, only came back to training a couple days ago. It's a bit too soon to start. So that's the midfield three that I'll be going with. Then front three, I think it's pretty obvious, pretty standard. Sadio Mane, one side. Mohamed Salah the other, and down the middle, Roberto Firmino, and I think it is a power lineup. It's what we've been playing with for the last couple of weeks. It's a lineup that allows us to be very attacking, on the counter, but also, quite solid defensively. Well, we hope, right? So that's the lineup that I think Jurgen Klopp will go with. It's one I think is strong enough to get the result. It's one I believe is, physical enough to deal with Man City's strength and pace and power. It's a lineup which I feel like has the potential to get a result. Liverpool have a really good squad, so even if this lineup is not the exact lineup and there are a few changes, we will be of equal strength, which is what the main plan was going into this transfer season. We've done extremely well in the window. We've done all our business mostly early, and we were raring to go. So that's the lineup that I've officially gone with. So what do you guys think about the lineup? Do you guys think that it's too attacking, too defensive? Do you guys think that, let's say, Trent should be starting or Robertson should be starting? Do you feel like Coutinho should be starting or should be benched, etc.? And do you think that Oxlade-Chamberlain should be starting or benching, etc.? So let me know down below in the comments, and hopefully you guys did enjoy the video. Remember to smash a huge thumbs up if you did. Subscribe down below if you haven't subscribed already, and I'll catch you again soon for another video. Until then, I'll see you there. Bye.